We've just finished day 2 at Photokina and I have been lent by Sony the brand new 24mm f1.4 G Master. I've got it here on the Sony a7 III and as you can see it is a very small lens. I can't wait to test it tonight. We're going to walk over the bridge into Cologne now. I just want to apologise really quickly for the audio. Unfortunately, our tie clip mic got broken today, so I'm using a shotgun mic on the top of the camera, so it's probably quite loud and noisy, but hopefully you can hear what I'm saying. So, let's go use it. It's interesting using a 24mm focal length. It's not something I'd normally pick. I normally I quite like 50, I quite like 35, or I like really wide. So for me, just me personally, it's an unusual focal length, but I do like this. Being able to stick it down on 1.4 and get some like crazy depth of field, even at that wide 24mm, it's really nice. That is crazy sharp. Yeah, that is incredibly sharp. Something I love about this lens immediately is that it has an aperture ring. I've always liked aperture rings. I find they feel a lot better for using the lens and camera setup because your hand sort of sits there naturally anyway. So it's a nice way to change exposure. However, on this lens, it's even cooler because you have a nice clicky aperture, which is, as a stills photographer, a clicky aperture is really nice to use, especially if you use the viewfinder a lot. However, this lens on the side has click on or off, so you can just switch it off. And now you have a nice smooth aperture ring, so this lens is perfect for video.
When I leave this earth.
We've just come out of the subway behind me. Lighting down there is super cool. Could really make use of using that f1.4 aperture, which is 11 blaze, so you get some incredible bokeh with this thing. Inside we've got 2 extreme aspherical elements which help to reduce flaring and make pinpoint lights really clean, so great for things like astro. And you've also got 3 extra low dispersion elements as well, ED elements, which helps reduce chromatic aberration, so you get a nice clean image, as you would expect from a G Master lens. Now what I can see from when I'm shooting is that even when I'm at f1.4, everything looks pretty clean on the back screen, so we'll see how it looks on the computer. The acoustics down in that subway, by the way, were awesome. The guy we were taking images of, the busker, he was called Sony. Definitely check him out. If you put in hashtag subway sounds on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you should be able to find him. Awesome talent.
Yeah.
We've definitely lost the sun now, but when we were shooting just back there, the light was at a really low angle, and the front element on this 24mm is treated in a nano AR coating to help to reduce flaring and ghosting even further, as well as everything that's going on inside the lens. So it's really helpful if you're shooting sort of low down sun, so I can imagine in the winter months it's going to be great. It just helps with that flaring to reduce it, to give you a nice clean image. We've now lost the light completely. We're down at the River Rhine, the centre of Cologne. You can see the last bits of sunset dying away behind me. I'm going to stick the lens on 1.4 and see just what it can do. Hopefully those elements that I spoke about to reduce flare and ghosting will really come into their own now, because we're going to head over the bridge and over to the bit where there's loads of restaurants and pubs, and lots of them have fairy lights and little fires and things like that, so it'll be interesting to see just how well it performs in those challenging lighting environments. Last night I was using the Panasonic G9 in the centre of Cologne, and what I found was the in-body image stabilisation was so awesome on it that I could use it at really low shutter speeds and not have a problem. And the same goes for the a7 III. It's so nice to use at really low shutter speeds, and you wouldn't necessarily use it like that if you were trying really hard to get a specific shot, but we're at Photokina, we're playing with the lens. It's nice to see just what the body can do as well, and how much you can mess about with the sort of shutter speed ISO aperture triangle to like get some weird experimental shots. Even at f1.4 I've had to really put the ISO up here, but it seems to be performing really nicely, and it is pretty pitch black now. I mean, there's a couple of lamp lights, but they are so low, so this can be a real test for this lens. We're up on top of this bridge now, and I'm going to try and get a long exposure across because the lighting's really cool here and there's some amazing architecture. We have had to crack out an LED light now because you just couldn't see me. We were like ISO 6400, so sorry if it's a bit harsh and I just look like a thumb even more than usual in my videos. But we'll see how it does. I have put up the aperture a little bit so I can get a longer shutter speed on this because we've got some water movement and the lights are dropping down onto water, so hopefully it'll be a nice shot. Although I didn't bring a tripod because I'm lazy, so I'm just using this railing which is moving a lot, so I don't hold out much hope. Processing. It's killing me. Yeah, the detail, even back, I don't know if you can see that, I'll put the picture up on the screen, but the detail in the church, the cathedral, way in the background over there, I mean that is pitch black, and that's stunning detail. I mean, we are literally balancing on a bridge that has trains going across, moving. It's not very still at all. That was a 6-second exposure. And you've still got that level of detail in the church. That's really good. We're on the bridge now, and as you can see, there are thousands and thousands of these padlocks. It literally goes the whole length of the bridge, and it just makes for stunning reflective surfaces. Luckily, there's lamp lights all along the bridge as well, which is really nice. You've got some light from the passing trains, makes things a little bit more interesting. So just going to see what we can get here with these padlocks, just try and show off the numbers, it's mad. We just had some bikes come towards us that have like really bright pinpoint lights on the front of them, and I happened to be focusing on something else when that happened, and the bokeh of the lights was just stunning, perfectly round, really nice. So I'm just taking an out of focus shot here just to show you how perfectly round that bokeh is. It is stunningly nice. I'm manual focusing now just to see how close I can go, and I'm focusing on this padlock here, so it's pretty close. And it's very nice to use the manual focus. It's very, it doesn't go round and round for ages. You can sort of do it with one twist of your finger and thumb. The only way I can describe it is when you get into a nice car and to turn full lock you're not turning and turning and turning and turning. You can just turn the wheel a bit. It's the same sort of thing, it just makes it much easier to focus. Our time is up with the 24mm f1.4. It's been a great night using this. As you can see, it's a really little kit. I've had this for about 4 hours now walking around with it, and it's just effortless. The bokeh on all the cool lights in Cologne has been awesome. 11 blade aperture really makes a huge difference. I can't wait to get it back and do some more with it. Now, if you need any more information on the Sony range or this lens, you can pop onto the website or just pop a comment below and we will try and get you all the information that you need. Thanks for watching.